Hey, this is Chris Behrmann here. Welcome to the You Not Me podcast. So excited that you're here today. We're just thrilled to get this going. And, the reason we're doing this is because we truly believe that transforming your relationships will transform your life. So this podcast is built on one simple idea. It's the You Not Me mindset. Our mission is to help you create deep, authentic relationships by transforming your community at work, at home. And instead of all these surface level hacks where people are trying to just give you these one little fix it ideas, we're trying to help you establish a mindset that is a foundation for you to build upon no matter what's happening in life. And it impacts the way you live, the way you love, and the way you lead. Relationships are falling apart today because we live in a world that has just become transactional. We ask, what can I get? Instead of asking the question that actually leads to great, amazing relationships. What can I give? The reason our relationships are breaking down is because we become too focused on how we're different instead of just being truly committed to each other, whether it's at home, at our schools, in our communities, the workplace, the sports teams we're on. They're all being destroyed because all we care about is what we can get for ourselves. And then we look at other people and we no longer are just committed to them to trying to help them become better. We only want to figure out how can we get better. Life is turbulent. Circumstances will always be out of your control. And that's why we're trying to help you get a firm foundation to stand upon so that you can make decisions not just focused on the short term and getting you through the storm, but actually the long term, what's going to impact you for your future. The problem is we're not going to avoid every trial, and we can do everything possible. And yes, we might avoid some because of just consequences of our own actions. But the biggest thing is when you are in the storm, when you are in the trial, how are you going to make decisions that you won't regret and have shame for in the future? It's not what happens to you that matters, but what you bring to that circumstance. How you get through it is all going to be determined on your mindset and your heart as you're in the midst of it. So the biggest thing you can focus on is how do you have a heart that is pure, that is walking toward the future you want to be a part of, and then having a mindset that is going to make sure you can make quick, easy decisions so that you don't have to navigate all these missteps and have to repair things in the long run. One of the biggest problems is people simply don't think. We don't take time to reflect. We just choose to act. We need to take the time to reflect on what is the long-term impact going to be, not just on ourselves, but also the ripple effect it has on other people. Too often we're blind to it. Too often we're just thinking about the short term and how it affects us now. The You Not Me mindset helps you take into account the long-term impact that you're having, not just on yourselves, but on others as well. Our world is becoming more isolated than ever. We're stuck with Zoom meetings instead of real conversations, phones instead of face-to-face. We're remote working instead of real community in person in the office, and we're feeling the cost. People are moving to new cities, starting new jobs, entering college, yet they're still struggling to find connection. You would think there are so many people around you, but authentic relationships are rare and out of reach if we aren't intentional about them. And that's what You Not Me tries to help you understand is how to build those amazing relationships. And relationships aren't just nice to have. They're essential for a life of peace, purpose, and impact. The data is clear. The Harvard Adult Development Study, which is the longest running study of human happiness over 80 years, found that people with strong relationships live longer, they perform better at work, they handle stress more effectively, and they experience more joy in later life. The You Not Me mindset is more than a podcast. It's a movement. It's a countercultural shift. It's a better way to live your life. I've seen it affect so many people and change their lives for the amazing, and I'm one of them. The biggest thing is we're helping you trying to live a life full of meaning by putting others first and watching how that'll bear fruit and it'll transform everything around you. Shift your mindset. Be the change in the world. This is the You Not Me podcast.